I met Eric September of 2013, so almost 3 years ago.
Stephanie and I met, interestingly, as most people do, online.
I was new to the whole online dating thing, and he had messaged me, and I was just feeling adventurous and I wanted to try new things, so I said yes.
Finally got her to agree to meet with me. It was probably half a dozen to a dozen conversations. We met at this restaurant.
I thought we met, hold on, I thought we met at the museum first.
It was a new restaurant, actually, just had opened up. I thought socially I was pretty comfortable with meeting anybody, but
My first impression of Eric was he thought he was way too cool for school.
when I first saw her walk it through the door, I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was just my type.
I thought he was cute, had a cute dimple going on.
She was very standoffish at first, you know. She wanted the answers, you know, and I was kind of playful. I started talking. I started giving her all the answers she wanted to know, but when it came around and I asking her the same questions, it was a little more, I had to pull it out of her.
He said I was being standoffish, but on my end, I was just making sure this guy in front of me wasn't crazy and wasn't gonna kill me after the date. Before I met Eric, I was this independent bra burner. I was that type of girl that had her goals, and I've completed a lot of them by myself. And then this guy comes along, and I've had to adjust, that my life is not my own to live, that I actually have to care for someone else, but in a good way. Eric was able to calm me down, and just made me feel cared for. I think in the first year, that's when I kind of started thinking, okay, hey, this could actually go somewhere.
I got to a point in my life where when I met Stephanie, I was serious. I wanted to find somebody to spend the rest of my life with.
The first time that Eric had met my siblings, it was fun.
I thought I was just having a normal dinner, but it ended up turning into a committee hearing.
They were all lined up and they're asking him questions.
Pretty controversial questions that, it's probably not what most people would ask when they first meet.
I'm the baby, so that's tough to start to begin with.
They were making me answer all these questions. She had three of her sisters and her brother there, and one of them's a lawyer, and she interrogated me for probably about 10 minutes. I was a little bit uncomfortable when they started withholding the alcohol. Because I was like, I'll have another drink, and they're like, no. And I was like, no, really, I'll have. And I was like, oh, okay.
He took it like a man. It was fun for me to watch.
I realize now how serious they were in protecting her from anyone that wasn't serious.
The next day, I remember this, I had texted him, that was fun last night, and he actually texted me back and he was like, no, I don't think this is gonna work out. And then I was like, okay, so I guess that was too much for him, and then he texts back saying, just kidding. That was fun. The first time that I had met his dad was Very funny. We met at Carabas, and you could tell his dad truly loved him, and he got all teary-eyed talking about his baby boy.
I love Stephanie's family. They they have this bond together. You know, when I'm around them, I could feel the love. I could feel the acceptance. You know.
Oh, Eric, I think hinted that he was gonna propose.
There was a lot of planning before the proposal. Every time I had free time, I worked on playing this song, and I thought about playing it to her. When it finally came to it, it was a lot. It was more than I than I thought it was gonna be. I was a lot more nervous.
When I walked in and realized that this was the moment, I was ready. I wanted to say yes.
The first song that I played when I proposed to Stephanie was Howie Day. It's called Collide.
Eric, he has blossomed into this man that I've actually always prayed for.
I knew Stephanie was the one. When I did, I knew the next step was to buy a ring. By God's grace, I believe I picked a ring that was meant to be.
And I remember asking Eric, what does collide mean? The way he had explained it to me was it was more just uniting as one.
The way people come together in life, what brings us together is love. We might always not stay together, we might drift apart, but what always comes back is the love. And with the song, it was, for me, the way I looked at it was we were colliding in love. And I asked her to do that for the rest of our lives.
So
There's many reasons why people are brought together. There's a certain reason why everybody's here right now, and that reason is love. So, Stephanie, Clay, will you marry?
Yes.
There's so many things that are in store for us. There's so many things that we are going to struggle through, but we're going to do it together. We're going to do it with God. And we're going to do it in a way that only we can do it.
I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see clearer on my path.
Eric and I have been through some tough times, but looking back, it's always those moments that bring us not only closer together, but it's brought us closer to God.
So there was a moment in our relationship where we were tested. I prayed that if Stephanie stayed with me through this, if Stephanie was there at the end after I got through this, then she was the one. And I realized that Stephanie not only stayed with me, but Stephanie made me who I am today. Stephanie and I believe with all my heart that we've gotten to a point where we're ready. You can never be ready, but I believe we're ready.
I am very excited for the future. I'm trying not to think too far ahead, but I do see kids.
4 or 5 children at least. No, I'm so kidding. We're ready to have the next step be our wedding. We're ready to have the next addition to a family, our addition to the family.
Do I think we're ready for this next step? I think we are. I know we are.
There are going to be so many moments where we look back and we realize this was all worth it. Everything that we've done to this point, it's worth it.